When we say the Democrats hate this president and his supporters more than they love America, we aren't pulling that out of thin air. We have example after example after example, and last night we were given yet another. You're damn right, it's time for Final Thoughts. The theme of President Trump's State of the Union address last night was the Great American Comeback. Now notice, I didn't say the great white people comeback, the great Christian comeback, or even the great conservative comeback. I said the great American comeback because that's exactly the results we've seen under this president. The Democrats don't seem to cheer for that comeback, that success, that pride, and that spirit. In fact, they quite literally refuse to.
The average unemployment rate under my administration is lower than any administration in the history of our country. The unemployment rate for women reached the lowest level in almost 70 years, and last year women filled 72% of all new jobs added. The unemployment rate for disabled Americans has reached an all-time low.
Excuse me, the party of identity politics can't so much as clap for historic unemployment rates for minority groups, women, and the disabled? We know they don't believe in standing for the national anthem, but geez, you can't even cheer for a single black mother and her fourth grade daughter receiving an opportunity scholarship? That's your party, Democrats, a party that hates this president so much your leadership refuses to stand and acknowledge educational opportunities for a young black girl. Just wow. Now, can you imagine if Republicans would have acted that way if Barack Obama invited that same family? What would they have called us? Well, their go-to term, of course, racists. Look in the mirror, Democrats. You are the problem. Not only have you failed to deliver on any substantive agenda items, you have divided this nation. You have let your egos, your bullshit pride, and your disdain for those who don't think like you do overtake your ability to so much as function. You are the problem. You are the failures. Your one goal was to hunt, impeach, and remove this president, and you failed. Heck, you couldn't even run a caucus in Iowa, and you want to run healthcare, government, and the free world? Are you freaking kidding me? You couldn't even successfully manage an app. And worse than your incompetence is your attitude, not just towards the duly elected president of the United States, not just towards his supporters and your colleagues, but to the American people as a whole. Nancy quite literally ripped the achievements of this country in half. Now that's what she wants to do to the United States Constitution, if we're being honest. Nancy, you are 79 damn years old. Act like it. But folks, what did she truly rip apart with that petty, disgraceful little stunt? She ripped apart historic unemployment, high workforce participation, the promise to guard religious freedom, the promise of health, science, and outer space exploration. She ripped apart the story of our last surviving Tuskegee Airmen, the mourning families of Rocky Jones and Kayla Mueller, a service member returning home to surprise his wife and kids, a fourth grade girl from Philly who will now embark on a better education, a little girl who survived neonatal care at 1 pound. She tore up tributes to law enforcement, border enforcement, and national security. She destroyed the stories of service members and their families and a tribute to a media legend suffering from stage 4 lung cancer. She tore up the American dream and spit on it. Democrats, that's your den mother, that's your party, that's your message, your agenda, and your legacy. It's also the bed you've made for yourselves. Now you can lie in it. Those are my final thoughts from New York City. God bless and take care.